next part in this chapter Next part in this chapter is the reactions of alkenes. That is, how does they react with the different rearrangements. In earlier parts, we studied the reaction which synthesize the alkenes. There were different reactions to synthesize the alkenes. Now we will study the various reactions of alkene. In first of all, it is the electrophilic addition reaction. Addition reactions are the reaction which are used to which through which alkenes react to give the different products. As we know that alkenes contains the double bond, that is carbon carbon double bond, in which one bond is sigma bond and one bond is the pi bond. So the pi electron cloud in alkene is loosely held by the carbon atom and is more diffused in space and is more exposed to the attacking reagent. So it means that carbon carbon sigma bond is present there, and there is carbon carbon pi bond. So pi bond, you know well that pi bond is formed by the sidewise overlap of the uh, these p orbitals. So these p orbitals are more extended in the space, so they are more diffused in the space and is more exposed to the attacking reagent. So if any attacking reagent, suppose A is coming to this carbon carbon double bond, it will approach the pi electron clouds first as compared to sigma bond, due to this pi electron cloud is diffused in the space. So thus carbon carbon double bond is easily attacked by the electrophile. So alkene shows the electrophilic addition reaction. Now electrophilic addition reaction, electro means basically, philic word mean loving or liking, electro means electron. So I had told you again and again, electron means negative charge. So negative electrophilic attacking reagent is the general term for all the attacking reagents who have a negative charge loving. So obviously they are electron deficient or have negative charge in excess. So to stabilize themselves, they will go to the electron rich site and form the bond. So suppose that like OH negative or chloride or bromide or many other there are many other electrophiles. These are the different electrophiles, the hydroxyl, chloride, bromide or acetate, or there are many other such electrophiles. These anions are called electrophile because they are the these are the nucleophilic reagents. Electron loving reagents are electron deficient, so these are basically they are positive in charge. For example, if suppose that there is the chlorine, breakage of chlorine result in the formation of one chloride anion and one cation. So this cation is the basically electrophilic reagents. These all are nucleophilic reagents. These are electron rich, so they will go to the electron deficient center, whereas this is the positively charged species or cation. This is the electrophile, it will go to the electron rich species to satisfy its thrust for the electron. So there are many other electrophiles which go to the carbon carbon double bond. Why carbon alkenes undergo electrophilic addition? These electrons undergo electronphilic addition because these alkenes are electron rich center. Electron rich center means there is already a sigma bond, plus in addition to the sigma bond there is a pi bond. Pi bond has pi bond also have electrons like carbon carbon sigma bond. So this center in alkenes become my electron rich center. Electron rich center means they are basically there is the abundance of negative charge. So this abundance in this negative charge results in the attraction toward the positive charge. So positive charge species are called electrophiles. So all the positively charged species in this addition reaction are called electrophiles. Is a general term, and there are different electrophiles as I told you. And let me repeat again, these are these are nucleophile, these are not electrophiles. I mistake by mistake I told you that these are electrophiles. So these are nucleophile because they have already abundance in negative charge, so they will go to the positively charged center. So these are nucleophile. Nucleo means as in atom there is a nucleus which is positively charged, so these are the positively charged living species, so they will go to the center. There are different organic reactions, so they will go to the center where there is the abundance of positive charge. So these alkenes undergo electrophilic additions. So for example, this carbon there is a carbon carbon double bond in alkene, and there is this is the addendum. Addendum means this is the reagent will go which will be added to the this alkene, and suppose it has a polarized structure. So A has partial positive charge and B has partial negative charge. So in first step, this electron deficient part of the addendum will go to the electron rich center of the alkene. So it will result in the formation of this carbon. A will be added to any of the carbons because both are equally share this pi bond, and further the positively charged center will be created on the adjacent carbon. So this is the B negative, and in second step this B, that is a nucleophile, will be added to this electron deficient center, and there is the product A and B. So alkene got converted into this compound. This is the final product. So this is called addition reaction because first of all this is the electrophilic addition reaction, because first of all this electrophile is added to the alkene, and moreover there is the addition of this addendum to the alkene which result in the this product. So it is called electrophilic addition reaction. So addition of halogens, first of all we will study the addition of halogens. Alkenes react with the bromine or chlorine in CCl4 solution at ordinary temperature to form vicinal dihalide. In general, the reaction may be expressed as this alkene. This is the X2 is the general formula for halide. So this is the inert solvent, that is CCl4. So in the presence of CCl4, there is the formation of this vicinal dihalide. Vicinal means there are two words, one is geminal and the other is the vicinal. Vicinal means vicinity. So suppose that in this case halides are added to the adjacent carbon, so this is called or added in the vicinity, so this is called vicinal dihalide. If suppose that this halogen I was added to on the same was added on the same carbon, then then it was to be called as geminal dihalide. So suppose that if you have been given any compound in which two halogen or same atoms are present on the same carbon, then we will call it it is a geminal dihalide, whereas this is a vicinal dihalide. So this is the product. Now if you can take different example for this general reaction, it was a general reaction, and for particular reaction there is, suppose there is a this ethene, this is called ethene plus chlorine in the presence of CCl4, it gives CC and chlorine plus halogen, so it is the ethylene dichloride. Further you can take different examples like propylene, isobutylene or other examples which result in the formation of vicinal dihalide. Reaction with bromine is used as a test for the unsaturation to detect the presence of carbon-carbon double bond. So this is a very important reaction. In this reaction carbon carbon double bond alkene. This is a general reaction for all. This reaction is given by all alkenes, and when bromine, that is Br2, is treated with alkene, there is the formation of this geminal vicinal dibromide, because bromine is added to the adjacent carbon. So in this case, when you will take the alkene in a test tube or beaker or any other container, and you will add the bromine is the orange color solution. The resultant solution will be color less, because, or you can say that when you will add the bromine, suppose this is a test tube or a container having alkene. Alkene may have or may not have any color. This is the alkene, and when you will add the orange colored bromine will have orange color, and when you will add this bromine in the container, the solution of this test tube or color of the solution of this test tube becomes colorless. Bromine does not retain its orange color, and it just loses its orange color, and whole of the solution becomes colorless. Why? Because this bromine is react with this unsaturated solution and converts all the alkene part of that compound into this vicinal dibromide. So order of reactivity of halogen toward this reaction is maximum reactivity shown by fluorine, after that chlorine, after that bromine, and after that iodine. So this is the very general and practical reaction. You can try this reaction in lab while you are doing practicals, that how does this alkene loses its color. Further mechanism of next is the mechanism of addition of halogen. So this was the general reaction, and now we will study the mechanism for the addition for the halogens. So mechanism of these reactions toward the addition of halogen. The addition of halogen across olefinic double bond proceeds in 2 steps through the ionic mechanism as explained. The first step, when halogen molecule approaches the alkene molecule, the pi electron cloud of carbon-carbon double bond starts repelling the electron cloud of hydrogen molecule. This causes polarization of the halogen molecule. The nearer halogen atom develops a partial positive charge, while the further halogen atom acquires a partial negative charge. So they are saying that if there is such a alkene having, this is pi bond that I am drawing here in the form of lobes. So basically this pi electron contains electrons, and electrons have negative charge. So when any halogen will approaches to this alkene, when any halogen approaches to, initially halogen molecules are they have equal electronegativity, so they have equally shared the electron cloud. There is no dispersal of the electron cloud or no polarization of the electron cloud. But when this halide is added to this alkene, and the halide molecule come closer to this alkene molecule, the pi electron cloud containing electron charge repels the chlorine electrons of chlorine molecule, and further there is the partial positive charge and there is partial negative charge. So this partial because repulsion of this electron clouds of both alkene and halogen result in the polarization of the halide molecule. Why? Because this repulsion between these electrons result in the disturbance of this symmetrically distributed electron cloud, and these electrons are repelled, of the halogen electrons are repelled toward the tends to stay as far as away from this pi electron cloud, which result in the partial polarization of this halogen molecule. The positively charged halogen atom is abstracted by the alkene molecule, resulting in the formation of a carbocation and the halide ion. So the positively charged halogen atom is abstracted by the alkene molecule. Simply, this is the alkene molecule, and now this is partially positively charged halogen atom out of this molecule is abstracted by the alkene molecule. Abstracted by the alkene molecule as shown by these arrows, resulting in the formation of a carbocation and the halide ion. Resulting in the formation of the carbocation and the halide ion. So this is the halide ion. So this is the slow step. So slow step means this is the rate determining step, and moreover this rate determining step depends upon the two factors or molecules. First is the alkene and second is the halide. So second step involves the attack of halide ion on a carbonium ion to yield the product. So basically now resultant is their carbonium carbocation plus this halide anion. So obviously this halide anion contains negative charge and this carbocation contain positive charge. So automatically this halide ion will attack the carbocation and results in the formation of product. So this is the vicinal dihalide formed by the alkene. So there are many evidences in support of this mechanism. You can study them from the book. Evidences mean is there is a formation of carbocation. Yes, there is a formation of carbocation. Further, if suppose this carbocation is treated with some other this nucleophile, the product may change if there is not halide, because if this carbocation is reacted by any of the nucleophile. If this nucleophile is not present in the reaction mixture, then there if we will add some other nucleophile, then the product will differ from this. So these are the evidences for the this reaction. And next are the in this electrophilic addition reaction, that is in the addition of halogens to the alkene, non-rearranged products are formed. Non-rearranged products are formed. So first of all, what is rearrangement? Rearrangement means if suppose there is any carbocation is formed. I had told you this thing in my last lecture, that suppose if there is a suppose if this kind of carbocation is formed during reaction. Now if whether this carbocation will go to the product or it will have some other thing to do with itself to get more stabilization. So you can see here that there can be a rearrangement. Why rearrangement? It will result in the more stable carbocation. That is, this carbocation is basically for primary and secondary, 1 degree 2 degree. So this is the secondary carbocation. So we will see that we knew from the previous our knowledge that tertiary carbocations are the most stable carbocations. So if we will see that whether there is a probability of formation of any such a carbocation, a tertiary carbocation, so we can analyze from here that yes, there is the possibility of formation of tertiary carbocation by just rearrangement of this methyl group to the this carbon. So this methyl group goes to this carbon, this methyl group can also go to this carbon. It is a general simple movement of the methyl group from one carbon to its adjacent carbon. So there is the formation of carbocation. Now this carbocation which is formed by the rearrangement is the tertiary carbocation, so it will be more stable. So if nucleophile has if there is a nucleophilic further nucleophilic addition, so the in this case this nucleophile just goes to the carbon and get itself added, whereas in this case now if nucleophile will go to this carbon in this step, then the product will be having nucleophile on this carbon, and if the nucleophile will go to this carbon, that after carbocation which is formed by after the rearrangement. So this is the other product. So this product is called, if this nucleophile is added to this carbon, then this product is called the rearranged product. So they are saying that there are no rearranged products formed during the electrophilic addition of alkenes. So no rearrangement in the product takes place during the addition of halogens to alkene. However, rearrangement of products whenever possible may take place in the reaction involving carbocation intermediates. So rearrangement will only take place whenever there is a probability of the rearrangement. Only such a possibility only arises when the carbocation is formed during the reaction. That is, carbocation will form and the carbocation will rearrange itself to form the more rearranged product. So they are saying that if there is no possibility of formation of rearrangement products until unless there is the carbocation present. If carbocation is present, first of all we will see that is there any possibility to for the rearrangement. If there is any possibility for rearrangement, such a case I explained you, then the product will be a rearranged product. But if there is no possibility of rearrangement, then the product will be the simpler product which is supposed to be formed from the reactant. So I will write an example to show you the formation of rearranged product. This is 3,3 dimethyl 1 butene. So this is basically here halogen is coming and there will be formation of rearranged product. Why? Because this electrophile will be added to any of these carbon, that is positive part of this bromine molecule will be added to one of the carbons, and which will result in the formation of carbocation. That carbocation will be stabilized by the rearrangement. So you can draw the rearrangement product from the this carbocation rearrangement. So next is the addition of halogen acids and Markovnikov rule. So this is very important, Markovnikov rule, and it will be asked in some entrance exam or in some other exam that what is Markovnikov rule, or there will be an example and you will ask to identify which of the following is which of the following products is following the Markovnikov rule, or what is the product of the following reaction as per the Markovnikov rule. So Markovnikov's rule. So alkene react with the halogen acid to form alkyl halide and order of reactivity of halogen acids is HI, HBr and HCl. HI, HBr, HCl. So the order of reactivity can be explained on the basis of bond dissociation energies. That HI, hydrogen iodide, has least bond dissociation energy due to large size of iodo groups and is more reactive. So when any of these above written reagents will be added to the carbon-carbon bond, they will result in the formation of this type of product. This is the when the addendum is added to the on the vicinal carbons, that is adjacent carbon, and this product is formed. Further, if the carbon-carbon double bond is a symmetrical double bond, symmetrical means this kind of double bond, this is a symmetrical compound because it can be divided into two equal parts, so this is called symmetrical double bond. So when this hydrogen, suppose as let us suppose that hydrogen iodide is added to this ethylene, the product will be simply, this is the ethyl iodide. And if there, we will take that one more example of a symmetrical double bond. This is the butene, butene. When hydrogen iodide or hydrogen chloride is added to this compound, the product will be this is called simply this is 2-iodobutane. And in case of, let's draw the mechanism first for these mechanism for these reactions, that if there is a, this is symmetrical double bond of ethylene and hydrogen iodide was added to it, so you know well that hydrogen is less electronegative as compared to iodine, so iodine will have partially negative charge, whereas hydrogen will have partially positively charged, and this alkene is an electron rich center, so it will abstract this hydrogen from the iodine and will be converted into this carbocation, ethyl carbocation, plus there is iodine which is which was left as hydrogen after hydrogen's abstraction. So this is the nucleophile and it will attack the this carbocation and result in the formation of ethyl iodide. This is ethyl iodide. This was the mechanism. Now it was the addition of the halogen halide to the this symmetrical double bond. Now we will study the unsymmetrical double bond addition. So addition to the unsymmetrical double bond, first of all let's take an example in which compound is unsymmetrical, having unsymmetrical double bond. So this is the unsymmetrical double bond because it is not divisible into two parts. If we will divide by here, there is a this kind of asymmetry or unsymmetry will be generated. So when hydrogen bromide is added to this, there will be two products. One product is and other product is this. So this is the 1-bromopropane and this is the 2-bromopropane. This is 2-bromopropane because on second position there is bromine and in this first position is bromine. So this is the main product. This is the main product. So this is the main and this is minor product. This addition takes place in accordance with the Markovnikov rule. So Markovnikov rule is what does it states? What is its statement? Markovnikov rule is for the general all reactions, such kind of reaction when a reagent is added to the this unsymmetrical type of double bond. So it states that during the addition of unsymmetrical reagent to the unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of the addendum attach itself to that carbon of the double bond which has lesser number of hydrogen atom attached to it. So what does it say? It says that during the addition of unsymmetrical reagent to unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of addendum attach itself to that carbon of double bond which has lesser number of hydrogen atoms attached to it. So this is the statement of Markovnikov rule for all the reaction in which there is unsymmetrical reagent and unsymmetrical alkenes are present. So this Markovnikov rule is applicable to all those reactions and only to those reactions in which unsymmetrical alkene plus unsymmetrical reagent is undergoing addition reaction, and in those reactions the negative part of the addendum, this is the addendum, so this is the positive part, hydrogen is its positive part and bromine is the negative part. So negative part of the addendum attaches itself, this negative part of the addendum attaches itself with the carbon of double bond, carbon of the, so this double bond has two carbon, one carbon and other second carbon.